Now, Mpumalanga Premier Mandla Ndlovu will today hand over the Mkhondo Boarding School to the local community. The institution boasts 32 classrooms, a science lab and a computer center. The school will accommodate pupils from farming and rural areas near Mkhondo. It's the 6th boarding school to be built in that province, and watching developments around its official opening is SABC News reporter Tumelo Machogo, who joins us now live from Mkhondo. And help us place, Tumelo, just how much of a game changer this is.
Well, indeed, Ayanda, this is a game changer especially for rural schools and also schools that are in this area. You remember that, schools in rural areas, most of the time they've got 2 classrooms and also accommodate a lot of children, but also some of the children also have to travel a very far distance to actually get to schools because of using public transport. And also this is going to help especially people who are living in farming communities, in rural area, deep rural areas where you hardly see anything. But let's speak to a couple of the learners here that are going to be getting this school, because the school started the second term last month, when the kids started coming to this school. Let's speak to a couple of them. Promise, you are telling me that the school that you were learning at, it was in a terrible state. Just talk to us about what do you feel about coming to this school?
I feel very good because I'm really excited. I don't want to even return back home because this is my real home.
And how was the school that you were learning at? How bad was it?
It was horrible in such a way we were combined in 3 grades in one class.
Oh, goodness. And then when Abanele, how was the condition of the school, and how do you feel about coming to this new school?
The condition was very bad, and coming from here makes me very happy because it's not a very bad place.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That is the 2 kids that we're speaking to, Ayanda. But now let's bring in the MEC of Public Works in the province just to talk to us about, how much money was spent here. And also, we understand that you have closed 10 schools for these kids to be accommodated here. Over 400 of them, they are already started learning here. Talk to us about the initial budget that you budgeted for this school and also how much money was spent.
Well, thanks. I think, as you can see, that we are here to open one of the state-of-the-art schools. The initial budget that we had budgeted for this school, it was around 225,000. But I must indicate that it exceeded to 625,000, of course, for a million, rather. So it was due to different factors that might have led to that. COVID happened, and the escalation in terms of the manufacturers in terms of prices. So those were the factors that actually led to these prices. But we are very much happy, as we have heard from the kids themselves who are part of the school now, that this is one of the state of the art. Some of them, they say they don't want to go back to their homes, which means that we have built one of the state of the art in Africa, not even in South Africa. So it's a smart school. It has smart boards, everything here, solar, roofed and everything. So we were quite happy as the government of the province.
And also, I understand that also the school is trying to go also to be paperless. Talk to us about the initiative to go beyond with the state of the art, and especially for rural communities.
Yeah, you'll know that the Premier has announced during his SOPA that all kids or learners in the province should use tablets. So that is one of the initiatives that we've initiated as the province as part of going to paperless. But importantly for us is that we need to move with times, especially introducing the new generation into the AI where we are now. So that is what is important for us because times are moving and we need to move with technology as a counter.
And also the communities that are going to be benefit for this school, we understand this year, from this half of the year, is only primary school learners, and the next year you guys are going to be bringing in high school. Just talk to us about that.
The numbers that should be accommodated in terms of our plan, in total, it's 1,250. Currently, we are having the primary from grade R up until to grade 5, which totals to 425. So we are the schools that are benefiting around are schools that are around here in Mkhondo, and of course other areas which are neighboring Mkhondo local municipality. So we'll be taking new learners in the high schools in the next schooling year, calendar year.
And also, are we closing up the mud schools, especially in rural communities, and those smaller classrooms where, you have to, like Promise was saying that, they had to share classroom with other grades, and those schools, are they going to be closed, and when are we expecting to close those schools? And also going beyond not only Mkhondo, other parts of the province.
Already 10 schools have been closed, and that is actually easing the burden in terms of the budget. You'll remember in between the scholar transport, which have already been cut. So there are also schools, just like I've indicated, even outside the borders of Mkhondo, that are going to be closed. In particular, those mud schools which were not in good conditions, as indicated by these learners here. So to us, that is very much important, because, as I've indicated, it's important for us to house our learners in a condition that is conducive, an environment that is also safe.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That was the MEC of Public Works in the province, Lasizwe Tomo, talking to us about the opening of this school here by the Premier Mandla Ndlovu. It's expected to take place just this morning. Ayanda, the school, we've been going inside, checking out the kitchen and checking up the science lab, and also checking up, the facility and its own. They're saying that they are trying to put solar so that, when there's load shedding, at least the learners can still continue with their schoolwork and here. But they're expecting that they will bring more learners next year, as the school expected to grow into over 1,000 learners.
Right, Tumelo, I see the MEC has left now. I just was hoping we could kind of clarify those figures for our viewers once again. If I heard correctly, he said they had budgeted approximately 200 million rand, but ended up spending about 600 million, which is more than double. If I've missed it, perhaps you caught the reasons for that.
Well, he did say that, the reason was COVID-19, because there was a stoppage of work in this community, also community protest. They're also blaming it on community protest. But also there was a time where there was no activities happening at the school itself, when there was like a lot of construction was halted for a number of months, when they could not continue with the construction of the school. So it did escalate a lot, and this is what we've been seeing across the province, isn't it? Where a number of projects in the province have been escalating with over millions and millions of rand being spent on construction. But they're saying that this is because of the state of the art that they wanted to bring into here, with the solar that they're bringing, expensive stuff, expensive materials that they have been bringing here. But you can understand, if they did initiated 200 million and then they go beyond that, it's still a worry.
It certainly is. It is a staggering deviation, to put it mildly, from the initial budget, notwithstanding some of the issues you've pointed out. But hopefully, throughout the course of the day, Tumelo, you'll be able to take us through the institution so that, at the very least, taxpayers can see where that money has gone. Tumelo Machogo, live to us there from Mkhondo, ahead of the opening of a new boarding school in that community. For now, thanks very much indeed.